Hey there, and welcome back to another episode. I am Sandra. As you can see, I have a guest with me today, my friend Zickonero.
Yeah, it's your boy Young Zeke.
All right. Today we're going to be treating the topic of immigration. It's a very, very important one. He agreed so kindly to be on my YouTube channel because I've known him for a little while now. He has his own YouTube channel. You guys should go check him out. Like me, he's also an immigrant, and his story is quite different from mine. More tragic, if you like.
Sure.
And so he's gonna be sharing his just experience. So I'm gonna ask you,
Okay.
like, where are you from, and when did you come to Italy?
Yeah, I'm from Nigeria and I arrived in Italy 2015. Yeah.
So 2015.
Yeah.
How about we talk about first and foremost why you decided to leave Nigeria and come to Italy?
Okay. Basically for greener pasture.
Okay. So your reason for moving from Nigeria
for
to
better living, yeah.
was because you wanted a better life for yourself.
Sure.
Was it something that you planned?
It's something that I just want to change my future.
Mm-hmm.
Not that because maybe if I'm in Africa it will be another, maybe I will still be successful, but maybe
Not as much
this-
as like
exactly.
compared to your
Compared to
situation
this
in
situation
okay.
here, that I'm living here. But since the situation in my country is different, it's critical, So after school, I have to decide, not to waste a lot of time because we are young. How am I gonna say it? Earlier the better.
Right.
So I have to decide what is good for me. So I believe that living there is better.
Okay.
So I think you can see that things are also moving beautifully here.
Okay, so you said that you left Nigeria so that was in 2015,
Yeah.
right? And when you left Nigeria, how did you know about Italy? Like just explain to us, kind of like walk us through when you made that decision and how long it lasted, the whole trip from Nigeria to Italy.
Yeah, I think it was a very difficult journey, but what is worth doing is worth doing well. So if you are taking a risk, you have to give your everything to it. So the challenge was huge, but the grind was great also, because I think I first left. I spent from my place directly to Kano was 1 day.
Okay.
From there to Niger, it's another.
So how long? So okay,
It
so
took
it
me a
wasn't
lot
a
of-
direct.
No, it wasn't direct.
So you left Nigeria, and then the journey from Nigeria to Kano, you said,
Yes.
which again is another state. It's a Nigerian
It's
state.
Nigerian state.
Um,
Yes,
and
it's
you-
the border of Nigeria.
So you stayed.
Niger.
It was just a day trip.
No,
from-
just like we spend nights. We move in the morning, then arrive in the other morning.
The day after.
Let's say 1 day.
Okay, and then you left. You didn't stay. You didn't stay at all in Kano. You
No.
left right after you
Exactly,
got there.
exactly.
And so from Kano you went to
To Niger.
Niger. Okay, how many days did you stay in Niger before you
I
left?
spent, I think, 2 days or 4.
Okay, so two. Okay, couple of days in
the
Niger.
capital city.
Okay,
From there, then we moved to Agadez.
okay.
Agadez
Wow.
is close to desert.
Okay.
So we spent also a
Agadez
night
is still in Niger.
in Niger. Yes.
Good. Just
It's
so
also
we
there. I think
understand.
Some days, like
Okay.
2-3 days, I
Okay.
spent. So before we moved to the desert we spent 3 days and we get to Gatron. Gatron is the first city in Libya.
Wow.
So it was a very difficult and
Stressful journey. I mean, I'm guessing.
stressful, but at the end of the day, I have to give glory to God.
So how long did you stay in Libya before you moved, like from Libya, before you crossed over to Italy?
I think in Libya I spent close to 4 months. Yeah,
Did you know that it was going to be that long?
no.
What was your impression before you left Nigeria?
My impression was, go directly.
Like, what did you
to-
know beforehand? Did you have an idea about the trip? What did they tell you?
Like, my mission was maybe moving to Libya because their friends told me, in Libya there are a lot of work, this.
Ah.
But basically, I know that
so the final destination was not even Italy to begin
yes.
with.
But
Okay, interesting.
Once the moment I got to Libya, we started,
It's quite different from what
yes.
they told you.
Yes, but there is no peace, there is no direction, and you have no future there. So
wow.
Basically, it's better you move or you die, because every day there is gunshot. You're hearing gunshot like where you're hearing people talking. So and everybody is a soldier there.
Wow.
You have to protect yourself. You have to. Every family have guns or whatever to protect their family.
And were there also like other Nigerians there?
There are a lot of Nigerians, Ghana, basically
Ghanaians,
all Ghanaians and Gambians, Senegal,
Senegalese,
and
so a lot of Africans.
A lot of African countries.
Okay.
A lot in Libya.
Okay.
I believe there are a lot of people
even after
still,
after
and
you
a lot of people also lost their life also.
Anybody you met there,
yeah,
or that you
more than 5 people
that you met face to face?
With them, I know them. So
how did they lose their life?
A guy from Gambia was shot, but that's when I already crossed.
Okay.
So
but while you were there, did you witness someone get killed?
Yeah, when I was, I think I didn't see them because a lot of people those guys got drowned in the ocean.
What?
So yeah, but some other people that survive I have some guys that are living in Rome. Wow. Every time I go to Rome, so
and you still talk to them. You guys are in contact. Moment,
If you maybe after we can, so I can call some guys and they will explain, because I wasn't in their boat anyway.
Okay.
So,
okay.
So their own got capsized, and a lot of people, 65 people, they said
were killed, died.
Got drowned in the ocean, in the Mediterranean Sea.
Wow. I mean, from my experience as a media, because I do a lot of translating. Well, I did. And so part of the job would be to just listen to the people seeking asylums, and just in front of you had the commission,
yes,
and the committee, and you had to translate what they were telling you, so their stories and the experience from Nigeria to Italy, exactly. But one thing I've always had trouble with was understanding, I guess, better still, discerning whether or not those people were telling the truth. Because the thing is, because it is a reality, a lot of people have this almost Romanized, kind of stories. They actually think about the story and formulate it in a way that it's so dramatic, and you never know if to believe them or not. But obviously your job when you're in front of the committee is not to exactly saying, all you have to do is repeat what they say in Italian so they can understand. But again, I'm saying this not to cast any doubt in your story, but I'm saying, is this something that you've heard, people formulating exactly kind of
some people
cook stories up? Is it something you've heard?
Yes, I have. What is it? I have heard about it, and I know that some guys still do it up in this moment.
Why do you think that is?
I think if they don't have a serious, stories,
like a sobbing story, they might not get the asylum,
the documents they are requiring,
that
they needed. So you have to formulate your stories in the way that is transparent, the way that is, the
that's
people
sad.
will see that is sad, and
so they can believe you.
They can believe you, So if not, they don't.
What do you think about that?
Give you document. For me, it's not bad, because if you are here, you have to live. You have to move, forward. You have to, cater for your family. You need document to, do things that you want to do, or go to places that you want to go. So
you think that if they told the truth, they might not get their papers?
There are some people
they have no choice.
There are some guys that they will say, I don't have problem. Maybe the people, because there are some people that have money, you pay
connections.
from there to this place and without interruption.
Okay.
So, but you have to still formulate another story that, portrays there.
A little sad.
A little sad. So, if not that, they won't consider your permission.
So, from your perspective, you understand why people have to, embellish their stories, because otherwise there's, they don't get the papers, and if they don't have the papers, they cannot legally stay in that country.
Sure.
So, from that perspective, you sympathize with them.
Yes, because
morally,
no matter how,
what do you think morally? Like,
morally, I think it's the same. It's not bad.
You still don't consider it like immoral to?
No. Because at the end of the day, passing through the desert, crossing the sea, it's all tragic. It's difficult and it's sad. It's horrible, and the experience is not something that you have to write home about. It's either you win or you lose. It's either you survive or you get drowned in the ocean. Or it's either it's also it's the same. I sympathize with everybody that made it, that was able to survive,
and is there a part of you that think that yes, these people had to overcome so much? It is such a, I think for me, it's unimaginable what people go through.
Yeah, I think there are some people that have more, that went through a lot more than what I went through. So I believe that at the end of the day, the important is you already here. So what you are doing here is more prolific and essential, or more vital than your experience, what you have gone through. Because if you keep thinking about your experiences and the ordeal and the challenges, you won't be able to move forward.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the basic and I think the most important thing is since you're already here, plan your future. Go get your goals. Chase your dream. Do the right thing. Don't go the wrong way. Focus and build your future.
I understand. Okay, because I'm saying this. You might say, okay, let's drop it and move to something else. But I'm gonna ask you this one last question.
Okay.
Because obviously there is this thin line between what is right and what is wrong.
Okay.
At least nowadays, it's almost like the lines are getting like blur. You cannot even understand. Oh, is this okay to do? Is this right? Is this wrong? Who cares, right?
Yeah.
So my thing is, if we cannot even differentiate what is okay and what is not okay, and just say, what, that person, they've had so much, life has dealt them, a wrong hand, that it doesn't really matter. Let's just, who cares? Don't you think that actually sends out the wrong message? Like, do you think we can excuse, the illegality of immigration just because people are suffering, like just because people want to have a better life for themselves? Like, would you?
No. It's not encouraging to advise people to take through the routes,
right?
Because they might not get get out of
there's
of
a strong
alive.
possibility that they could lose their lives.
Yes.
Okay.
So I believe people should do the right things and don't go through the illegal way, because.
But what about those people who say that is the only way they can come to Italy, or
It's their choice. It's your life is yours. It's either, if you lose it, you lose. If you are able to survive, bless God.
Knowing what you know now.
Yeah.
Having went through all the things that you went through, which we cannot even begin to explain, because it's incredibly hard even to imagine. Would you advise someone to come to Italy the way you did, by boat?
Right is right and wrong is wrong.
Okay.
So I won't encourage or advise
anyone to take the same route.
To take the same route that I took, because in the end, I have some friends that didn't make it. Maybe if they wait.
If they had waited, you think
if they had waited and take the right steps to their whatever their goals. I think maybe they will still be alive or even stay in the back in the country. Maybe their future, will also be we would have been brighter. So rather than losing their lives. And another thing is that everybody have destiny,
Right.
and it's also very important to pray.
True.
So before I embark on my journey, I did a lot of I prayed, though I wasn't very sure that I will cross
Would make it.
the sea. Because they told me, there is a car you enter, it drop you from the desert.
They made
there
it
is
so
no problem.
simplistic,
Yeah.
right?
Those guys also want to, extort money
Of course.
from
It's a
young
business for
niggas
them,
like,
so
young guys like us. So at the end of the day, they want you to give them money because that's their job.
Right.
They will, sugar paint or whatever, paint it.
they sugarcoat the whole journey and make it like so
Exactly.
easy.
Say,
Oh, you're gonna be there in a
like
week.
Bam, 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 bam. Everything he told you, I have the phone. I will keep calling. I will call you. Once you get here, I call you. Enter this. You enter this. You enter that. And then you are
And so
there.
it was enticing.
But at
You
the
didn't
end
see
of the day, they
it
didn't
was
tell you. They are not going to explain
the
to
reality.
you the real fact about what is really going on. You haven't been there once,
Of course.
so you don't know anything about it. And maybe they already have experience.
Wow.
They got the experience. They know how to manipulate people.
Absolutely.
And, get what they want. So like me, the moment I travel, we left Nigeria. It took us a long time to arrive to Kano.
Wow.
Then we have to change another, vehicle. Then the police will stop you. They,
Search.
they take some money. You give
Bribe.
them some money, some bribe. They let you, move. They didn't tell us all those things, From there,
So they omitted a lot of
a lot of controls,
things.
a lot of things. You spend a lot of money before you get to where you are going. Maybe the money that you have in your pocket is already gone. From there are a lot of you have to wait another day. They tell you they didn't. Once when they were explaining everything, they are not explaining
They don't go in details.
In
They
details
just
of
tell
what you are
you,
going to experience. So their job is, I tell this guy this, and
they
he gave
sell
me
the
money
trip for you.
Exactly.
They sell it for you.
So there are a lot of people that went also the wrong way. People, they got to Libya and they don't have any cover. They have to they left without money. Then from the beginning to the end, they have to start again. Hustling in Libya, do this. Maybe in the end, some people got shot on the road and they buried them in the desert. Even in the desert, there are a lot of accidents. That happen. A lot of, you will see, once you pass, you see people that they bury, they put something, stone. You see a lot of bones of people, a lot of car that is burnt.
That must have been traumatizing for you people.
So I don't advise. I won't, advise nobody to do it, to pass through the same. But I know that even if you say it, they will still do the same. So it's choice.
In your opinion and from your experience, how would you describe the life of an African immigrant? Okay.
Yeah.
In Italy specifically.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Like the advantages and the disadvantages and things like that.
There is advantages and there is also.
Okay. Would you like to enlighten us concerning the advantages of migrating to Italy from any African country?
I think there is a lot of advantages and there is also disadvantages. From the benefit part of the advantage, if you are an African, you have opportunity to exercise your African power.
What do you mean by that?
Once somebody, once I do something that I know that it might be, it might look wrong to everybody, but if this the other people, if they like it, there are places you will go with Italian people. Once they shout, they calm them down. Okay. But once I shout, you try to calm me down. I will see it's like a racism. I will say, don't do that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's how.
That is interesting, you guys. Yeah. Okay.
I will try to, let you know, don't go too far because I might take it as racist. And those people will become afraid.
Wow. I don't know how to interpret that, honestly. I have
some guys.
I'm kind of shocked to learn about this. So it's like you take advantage of the fact that people know People would not say certain things because they don't want you to get offended
I
or
will
they don't
call
want to
it-
be called racist.
Now we call it black privilege.
Okay, okay, that is interesting.
this-
Which a lot of people don't think actually exists. I think it exists.
so much.
I absolutely think it does.
Because I've seen a lot of things that like in the train there are a lot of immigrants that don't normally buy the ticket. But once, if it's an Italian guy, the controller will just say, "Guy, you have to pay."
Wow.
They give you, the right to their
Now
multa,
that is
their
interesting.
multa, subito.
Yeah, they give you a fine. Yeah.
But if it's an African, you say
They let
you're
you
not
go.
going to pay you don't have money, you don't have documents,
Wow.
and they say, "Okay, the next stop you are going
You
to come
get down and that's it. You gotta
And
get up. You get scot like
they're
you
not
don't.
going to do
Nothing.
maybe even if they call the police. What are, you don't you tell them I don't have document, I just arrived. You act like you don't even understand Italian. You understand? So it's another. But there is a lot of also
Disadvantages.
Disadvantage are the the racism.
I mean, okay,
and
what you just
whatever.
explained to us, I think it's absolutely
The
mind
privilege.
blowing.
Yes.
But I'm guessing there are other privileges of being of migrating to Italy
Yes.
in terms of opportunities of
In
jobs,
terms of,
like a better livelihood.
Let's talk about that in terms of education, civilization, awareness, healthcare,
Even security in terms of
a lot.
So you would count all of these things as advantageous for
yeah.
anybody, not even just African immigrants, for anybody.
For anybody that,
Absolutely.
that migrates from.
Which is something you would expect from a Western country, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There are a lot of advantages. There are a lot that I can't even remember.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe that if you are living in this place, there are a lot of opportunities. There are a lot of things there are also disadvantages that you miss your loved one. There are a lot of things.
Of course,
that,
being homesick and
and all those
or maybe
things, but
finding it hard to
adapt.
exactly.
If you are not sociable.
Or even just
jovial,
for example, because something people don't understand is that being a black immigrant is different from being a white immigrant.
Yes.
I have noticed that. Not because I wasn't particularly just actively looking for the differences, but it's something very obvious, know. Because number one, you're more self-conscious, you're more self-aware. Oh, I'm different, not just because I'm from an African country, but I'm physically different because I have darker skin and people notice me more wherever I go, and so.
It's obvious to notice who you are. You don't really tell I'm from here.
Right, they kind of put you in that box.
It's like you are from. Let's say someone from Romania, then somebody from Nigeria or Cameroon or Ghana. You arrive in Italy. They will ask you which of these African countries, are you a Nigerian or you are from? But once they see the other guy, they don't
necessarily ask. They might assume that person is Italian.
You
Got
understand?
it. Okay.
So that's another.
It's not like being black in America because 14% of its population is black, and there are lots and lots of black Americans.
Yes.
You don't even need to ask a black American if they're American. You assume they're American, but it's different in Italy. Even though you're born in Italy and you're black, people still exactly. It's kind of they still ask you, well, where are you from? Well, I was born in Italy. But where are you from? I am from here, but they really want to know your origin in terms of your parents. You know what I mean? So
I have some friends that are born and raised in Italy. They are Italians,
but they still get asked.
They face the same difficulties that
are not
I
like
face or whatever you may call it. Because if you now I think that Italians, they believe they don't have black. That's what they are. If they see you, even if you are mulatto or whatever you call it. They don't understand
mixed race.
If you say I'm from Italy, I'm an Italian, you say
and then they ask you,
they will respond.
You have to answer absolutely from Cameroon or whatever,
or Nigeria, or mio padre sono italiano, mio padre è italiano. Però at the end of the day, it's also the same thing, you know. The question they ask.
And do you find that offensive? That, let's say, for example, if you had been born in Italy and you're Italian by birth, would you find it offensive if someone kept asking you where you were from?
I believe that's racism. It's racial
It's
discrimination.
racial discrimination, you would
Yeah.
think? Okay. Not that
Uh,
person's ignorance.
Yes.
Okay. No, I
But-
mean, I'm saying it's not their ignorance, it's just that they're racist.
Yes.
They don't want to believe that a black person can be Italian. That's
Sure,
what you think.
Yeah, because I know that everyone before you grow from, let's say 12 years to whatever
Mm-hmm.
the age you are, you know that there are people that there are black people are living here. At least they will produce.
Right.
another
They will,
children,
yeah, they'll have kids.
There are a lot of Italians that have generation and generation here.
Of course. Or the
You
ones
know?
who also moved
Yes.
like to different places. Okay, I understand what you're saying.
So
Yeah.
you can't tell me that you haven't. They don't know what
Encountered
yeah.
other
Yes, they just want to. Maybe some people are some. Let's say some Italians like to ask you, just to offend you.
Got it. Okay. So you don't okay.
I won't say that because you don't know it's ignorant. No, nobody is ignorant because if right is right, wrong is wrong.
Got it. Okay.
If I'm with you, I insult you. I know that it's an insult if you
Okay.
insult. But they can't say that they don't know that black people exist in their country.
Got
It's impossible, Like in France, there are a lot of immigrants that become
to make it clear to our viewers, if they ask you repeatedly, where are you from, after you've answered them that you're Italian or you were born in Italy, they keep asking, then you would find it offensive, right?
Yes.
But if they just came up to you and say, "Oh, where are you from?" and you said Italy, and that's it,
Yes.
like they don't move further to ask you, "But where are your parents from?" You wouldn't think that's offensive because someone
No,
can just come up to you and ask you, "Oh, where are you from?" But what if they said, "Where are you from?" and then you say Italy, and then they say, "Well, where are your parents from?"
Yes.
Would you find that offensive?
No.
There you go. I mean, personally, I wouldn't
think-
find that offensive if they ask where your parents from.
That's because they are, let's say, specific. Now you know that I'm Italian.
I'm Italian,
So where
yes.
is your mom?
Okay.
I will say my mom is from here. Or
There you
from
go.
Here, yeah.
Got it.
So I
Okay.
will explain myself,
Absolutely.
being gentle and polite. But if I show you my ID card and everything, you still
You're
have
still
the
insist,
guts
yeah.
to ask me, where are you
Then
from?
that would be offensive, in your opinion. That would be
Then
racial discrimination.
I might react maybe negatively towards the person.
Question.
Sometimes I have most of the time I'm driving. They stop me. It depends on how you stop me. I will respond because I
Got it.
have everything.
So you're going to be
Yes.
reacting
based
on how they're treating you.
Yes. If they ask me politely, what is your document? What is this? Okay. But there are some times they see because I drive a new car, they ask me, what job did you do? Then echo. I said, here we go.
And that wouldn't be
Like-
normal to ask you what job you
No.
did, because you think that if that was a white person, they wouldn't ask what job that.
Yeah, how can you ask? It's not normal.
But what if you just answered?
Well,
Like, who cares? What job do? You just tell them.
if
I'm just saying.
yes,
Imagine that.
sometimes you have to teach people how to treat people.
Before I ask you the last question, which I think I want to say like the most important question, because
Yeah.
I don't want to take it for granted.
Yeah.
But you've spent a considerable amount of time here today, and we've talked about, I want to say, the surface of your experience as an immigrant in Italy, coming to Italy by boat, which a lot of people, I don't think we even can fathom the emotional toll that can take on someone. Because again, I told you before, because I used to translate for a lot of immigrants.
Yes.
And just the stories you would hear, a lot of them are not true, but a lot of them are also true. It's really, really difficult
To differentiate
exactly.
which one is
But
right
also
and
it's
which
just
one
really
is-
hard to imagine that people had to go through that much
Yes.
pain and suffering. So I want to say thank you, because I think it's very courageous of you to tell your story and just even have a conversation about this topic of immigration, which can be very, I guess, politicized a lot. And so thank you. But also I want to ask you this.
Okay.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
Would you say you're happy?
Sure, I'm happy. Yes, I'm very happy because at the beginning things were very rough and difficult, because you arrive without knowing anybody, without a house without
Anything,
money.
yeah.
But in the end, you know, when I started, I know that it's not going to be easy. I know that I have faith. You know, I believe in God, and I keep doing the things that I know that is right. You know, so I started playing music from the streets. You know,
Really?
yeah. I took my guitar, we go to the street play, and I didn't bust that with my money anyway. Somebody gave it to me.
Okay.
So I told them I do music. I did.
So
I
you were
like this,
busking.
you know.
You're
I
playing
went
for
to
money.
do street music, sing whatever people give me money. So that's how I started. You know, from there, from grass to grace. You know, from
Right.
arches to color. So I'm thankful and grateful for everything. Now, have a let's say house, I have a house of my own.
You
I
have
a
your
car
yeah.
to drive. I'm happy doing what I like.
Oh, that's great. That's
So
absolutely great.
I'm not really where I want to be
You would want to
yet,
be, but you're working
but I'm
towards
working, you know, towards the
Day to
direction.
day.
Yeah. So it's a gradual process. I know. Definitely, I have to be on the top. You know.
But you're working hard and you're doing your very best to make sure
Yeah,
that you get to where you want to get
I
to.
do music, create content. You know, YouTube, whatever.
Absolutely.
So this
You guys can see
yeah.
his handle on the screen. I do
Yeah.
encourage you to follow him on Instagram. You don't have a Twitter account, do you? Do you have
Yeah,
Twitter?
yeah.
Okay, well, X, I think that's what it's called right now.
Yes.
And also on Instagram, he's got great stuff that I think a lot of you can learn from. Again, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time and
it's
just
a
like
pleasure being with you.
I'm glad.
So,
I'm glad. So
thank you.
this was very important for me to do, you guys. You know how much I love to talk about immigration. For one, because I'm also an immigrant, but my story is very different from his and so many others. And so it's not all rosy, but I think like he said, if you have the drive and you gotta be determined to turn your life around and do the work that needs to be done to be able to have a bright future. Like I said, not everything is in your control, but there are things that are in your control and you have to focus on those things. And then the outcome, just leave that to, I guess, to how much work you put in yourself and how much you're really, really willing to do to have a better future. So this is to people who have a dream and want to be something. I hope you can learn from us and know that it might not be easy all the time, but if you stay consistent, you're
Yes,
determined,
creative, inspired.
yeah, and you're creative, you can achieve a lot. So yeah. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Do you have anything else? Would you like to say anything else to our listeners?
It's all about, you know, believing, you know, creating consistency, like she said, you know, trusting God and trusting the process, you know, working hard. Doesn't mean you have to do it in the illegal way, but work hard in the right way, stay focused, don't, you know, leave any stone unturned, do whatever you know that is right for you, and never give up. So it's a gradual process, slow and steady, you know, win the race.
Thank you so much.
Peace and love.
Thank you guys. Do not forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and obviously turn on the notification bell so you can get the videos when they come out, and also share it if you think that someone might benefit from this conversation today. I will see you guys all in the next video. All right? Okay, now, bye.
Peace.